A hunched man with one eye made an impatient gesture. "Well, read it already, you daft boy." "Read it, gutter-born piglet," Dap said. He was 16, with a wide face and a neck as thick as the boars he butchered. The crowd chuckled. Sir Westwood stepped beside Ogham, brows crossed like two swords. "Dap, if you do not want to feel the back of my hand, you will not repeat those words. I have told you many a time, we do not know where Ogham was born." "Yeah, well, he is a bastard orphan then, ain't he? And ain't that mean he is gutter-born? I mean, look at him. He has that ugly gutter-born face, them gutter-born hands. Heck, he ain't even have no friends." The part about friends had struck a nerve, and Ogham shot forward like a viper. After all, Dap had ensured he could not make any in Willowbrook, mostly by making up stories, like the one about him being raised by stray dogs. Like many times before, Dap's beefy arms grabbed Ogham and threw him to the ground like a sack of coal. His hammy fists immediately began ramming into Ogham's face until Sir Westwood pried the two apart. "Go on home, Dap, else I take the proclamation and read it to myself." The crowd, who seemed to have enjoyed the pounding Ogham took, grumbled in disappointment. "Best go on home to your pappy, boy," the one-eyed man said at last. "We needs to hear the news." Dap scowled and gave Ogham a pointed look. "I'll see you later." Ogham spat blood onto the dirt as he shrugged off help from Sir Westwood. Can't wait. He knew he was in for it now. It was just a matter of time before Dap and his cronies found him and beat him raw. He was their entertainment. He fought them, sure, but there were always so many, and he could not exactly run to Sir Westwood every time he had a bruised face or a torn tunic. Sir Westwood knew, of course, but the old knight said nothing, instead choosing to train Ogham how to defend himself using a sword and the written word. Unfortunately, knowing how to swing a sword was useless against a boy like Dap, who was a far better swordsman. Like most other boys in Willowbrook, Dap had held a blade before he could walk, whereas Ogham first gripped the pommel of a wooden practice sword only after Sir Westwood took him in, and he hardly had a knack for it. As for the written word, it was only good for more beatings. Showing even the tiniest bit of smarts led to calls of putting on airs or witchery, even from adults. Thus he had learned to play dumb. It was better not to say too much. All his life someone had picked on him, and always because he was the odd one out, the stranger, the gutter-born orphan. No part of him ever accepted it, though. He believed there was more to his destiny than serving as a whipping boy. At night he dreamt of riding a stallion into battle with a great silver lance, a crowd of girls looking on with adoring eyes. And even though they may not be real, he dreamed of being a magician, too. Or witch. Or whatever they called people that could fight with their mind. Regardless of who he was in his dreams, he always had plenty of courage, honor, wit, and friends. Especially friends. For he had yet to make even one. Sir Westwood picked up the parchment from the ground and shoved it into Ogham's hands. "Read it." Ogham wiped the blood from his nose with the sleeve of his red and yellow tunic, the royal colors of King Ridian, Sir Westwood's liege. He held up the parchment before him, trying to ignore his throbbing cheek, the one Dap had concentrated on smashing. Loopy characters slanted sharply, as if the scribe had been in a great hurry to pass on the news. "Let it be known," Ogham began reading aloud, "that the Blackhaven High Council declares the rule of King Ridian III contrary to the interests of Solia." The crowd gasped and exchanged anxious looks. Sir Westwood's face darkened. "Therefore," Ogham continued, "King Ridian is hereby stripped of all his titles and lands, as are those loyal to him still. With this proclamation, the council disbands itself and submits its will to Lord Sparkstone and his great army, the Legion. All hail the Lord of the Legion, our new master, savior, and king." There was silence. "Is that all there is, boy?" the one-eyed man asked. Ogham turned the parchment so they could see.